Okay, this time let's set up possibly the most important skill with any flying game is to do a barrel roll. So let's open our player. And in fact, let's actually create an input for this first. So we're just going to go to project settings and inputs. And just like we've done before, we'll just do an action mapping, which we'll call barrel. Alright. Because you could probably barrel roll to the right and barrel roll to the left. Let's just set this as gamepad E. Keyboard E. And we could do one for barrel roll left, but I won't do that in this tutorial because it's just be the exact same, just be duplicates. So you could no doubt figure it out yourself. So let's type it in barrel roll. So once we barrel roll left, what we're essentially going to want to do is we're going to want to get our ship and just, rotate it on the, which axis is that? The x-axis. Cool. Okay. So when we do a barrel roll, what we're going to want to do is we're going to get reference to our plane. And we're going to add world rotation. And the world rotation that we're going to add is actually going to be based on a timeline. So we're going to actually need a timeline. So right click in some space and create a timeline, which we'll just call timeline. And we'll double click it and create a float and add 2 points by holding shift and clicking. So the first point will be 0 with a value of 0. The second point, this is how long you want the barrel roll to last. We'll just say 1 and we'll give it a value of 1. Now, when we do this, we want to play from the start. And then we want to split our delta rotation. So let's split it. And essentially, this right here is going to be, well, first of all, we need to times it by 360. And then that is going to feed into our x. But before we do that, we're going to need to also get the rotation. Get world rotation. Because essentially we don't want to set the y and z to be 0. So let's try that and see how that works. So getting the rotation, the only rotation we're updating is the x. Alright, let's see how that works. So we'll press E, holding. Oh my gosh. We've broken that. We have broken that hard. What happened? Right, so again, between 1 second, we're increasing this to a value of 1. We're timesing it by 360. What? Is it local rotation? Maybe we need local rotation. Get local. Is it local rotation? Is it relative location? Let's just type in get rotation. And we'll try and do a relative rotation. Set rotation. And let's try set relative rotation. Because what happened there? So let's split this. Try this again. Split you. There we go. So it turns out don't use world location. Instead we want to use this. Now there's an issue where if you continuously multi-press it, you can do loads. We want to stop that from happening, but that's the gist of the thing. So let's actually stop the person from actually doing this. So we know this lasts 1 second. So we want first of all, we want a sequence. So just type in sequence or hold S and left click. And then we want a do once. So what this will do, it'll only allow it to do once, but we'll need to reset it after a second. So it's going to fire this and then it's going to do this. And it's going to be a delay. So either hold D and left click, and let's set that to 1. So that should stop us from continuously being able to spam it. There we go. Now we can only do it every 1 second. And like I say, if you want to barrel roll left, you just set up an input with Q, and basically do the same thing, but instead I times this by -360, and it will barrel roll the other direction. There you go.